Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you listening with us from the Michigan Co-op. As you know, we like to periodically invite vendors to join us for a webinar, a brief one, so that you can get an overview of what they offer. One of the goals of these webinars is to give you that overview, and at the end you'll see contact information that will allow you to get in touch with them. And that's really the whole purpose. There's a whole lot more information that Calvert Education this morning could be sharing, but I always ask them to make it brief, as you all know, so that you just get a snapshot of what's going on, and then if you and your district want to contact them, you can. It is my pleasure to turn this over to Victoria with Calvert Education, and Victoria will be talking to you about some of the features, and at the end, like I said, she will give her, well, actually Gary Kuhn's contact information, and then we can go from there. So, Victoria, it's all yours.
Thank you, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to introduce you to Calvert Education. Through this presentation, we will share with you information about Calvert's history, philosophy, 7 core principles, the integrated roles which support learning, curriculum and materials, teacher support, and our success. Calvert has a long history of success and a passion for supporting families and schools together. Rooted in the tradition of the prestigious Calvert School in Baltimore, Maryland, Calvert has educated more than 600,000 students with our time-tested curriculum in all 50 states and in more than 90 countries around the world since 1906. Some of our distinguished alumni include U.S. presidents, Supreme Court justices, and Pulitzer Prize winners, among many other famous Americans that had needs for education outside of the classroom. Our alumni include President Obama, William F. Buckley, and Pearl S. Buck. To ensure excellence, Calvert's academic materials and instruction are guided by 7 core principles. These principles are distinctive as they uphold the beliefs and the spirit of our first headmaster, Virgil Hillier, and the Calvert tradition. Calvert's core principles prepare students to be academically successful, to be able to apply their skills to new challenges, and to be confident in the ability to succeed. The following slides will take a closer look at each of the core principles. Calvert programs represent complete experiences that blend online and offline learning, offering students the opportunity to acquire global skills. The curriculum builds on core subjects to give students a firm foundation with a rich layering of the cultural studies and connections. Students then learn how to use their knowledge and skills by thinking critically and creatively, reasoning logically, and working cooperatively, skills that are needed in a global society. Calvert's time-tested curriculum is built on the principle of skill and subject integration, supported with a variety of resources, both print and digitally, to develop higher-order thinking skills and to promote content mastery. Daily practice and assessment allow students to demonstrate cumulative content mastery. Important ideas, skills, and concepts are spiraled from grade to grade to expand students' understanding and knowledge over the years. The first 6 years of K through 5 science are survey courses that each year review and deepen main scientific concepts. The example on this screen shows how kindergarten students learn to identify basic body parts. Then by the time students are in 5th grade, they're learning about dominant and recessive traits. A solid foundation in reading, writing, and mathematics is essential, but the ability to apply those skills in a variety of situations with critical thinking and analysis make for a well-educated student. These are demonstrated through periodic projects. Oral and written and listening skills are introduced at an early age and cultivated and developed continually, so students are poised to make the most of language in any endeavor. We emphasize attention to detail and accuracy with support from explicit instruction. And you'll notice here that in this case, we're also supporting the learning guide and the supervising teacher with very detailed answer keys and models for composition. in the later grade levels. We strive to instill a strong sense of citizenship, responsibility, curiosity, and independence in our students. For example, in this screen, first grade science students are asked, why do clothes have different textures? This question stimulates curiosity. The Calvert K-8 curriculum supports the learner and the learning guide through an integrated approach from the district's educators and Calvert educators. We have a couple of different options to support the student. And an integral component to success using the Calvert curriculum is this academic team, consisting of 3 key members. The learning guide, in most cases, is a parent or an adult working daily with their students. The supervising teacher is appointed by the school and is responsible for the overall success of the student, and the Calvert education counselors, who are Calvert educators, are available to assist teachers, learning guides, and students directly. Or, in option 2, only the school supervising teachers have access to the Calvert education counselors. Every family dynamic is different, but each student will have a parent, guardian, or other adult serving as the student's learning guide. Because Calvert has methodically prepared course materials and daily lesson plans, learning guides are empowered to deliver optimal daily instruction via the Calvert program. The learning guide collaborates with the supervising teacher to support the student in best practices that will meet the student's specific learning needs. More and more publicly funded programs come under scrutiny. It can be tricky supervising and supporting students at a distance, and Calvert has developed tools to do some of the monitoring for teachers and administrators, so there's more time to intervene when necessary. Supervising teachers play a key role due to their professional and educational knowledge, which ensures that each student is achieving the appropriate academic milestones. Your students and their families rely on your careful, individualized academic planning and ongoing collaboration and communication. Your work ensures that no students slip through the cracks. The Calvert education counselors are the third component of your school's academic team. The Calvert education counselors are certified professional teachers who can provide immediate short-term assistance to support the school's supervising teachers, students, and learning guides. The education counselors can answer curriculum questions and provide instructional strategies. They are an invaluable resource. They also keep a robust YouTube channel with additional videos for support, and they have created additional support resources for training and professional development for every user in our platform, which I'll show you in just a little bit. Let's look closely at the K-8 curriculum. The Calvert education is a balance of tradition and innovation. The fundamentals of reading, writing, and mathematics ingrained during kindergarten through 5th grade pave the way for greater independence and individual expression in 6th through 12th grade. All this ensures students acquire the knowledge to face the challenges and opportunities of today's global society. More than anything else, the Calvert legacy is one of academic excellence that fosters a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. The Calvert K-8 program delivers a top quality learning experience that is based on a comprehensive and highly regarded curriculum. Students master the core subjects of language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies through a rigorous curriculum that correlates to the Michigan standards and the grade level content expectations. Music and arts are added to ensure no gaps in instruction. The curriculum adheres to a general to specific approach in which subjects are addressed at several different levels with increasing detail as the student moves through the levels. The lesson manuals are a very important component of the Calvert K-8 curriculum. They provide complete, organized, step-by-step daily plans for all subjects so that the supervising teacher and the learning guide can carefully target instruction and meet the needs of the students. They're available both in print and online, with the online having additional instructional resources and links. The information found in the front matter of each lesson manual will help the teacher and the learning guide as they lay out their day, plan their subjects, and there are additional tips for both. One of the many accolades Calvert receives about its K-8 curriculum is the integration of skills and concepts across curricular areas. So for example, reading skills are integrated into the content, and here you have in our science lesson manual, vocabulary development integrated. This also happens in social studies and mathematics. Calvert combines online resources with print materials to provide your students with a fun and enriching learning experience in multiple modalities. Let's take a look at the teacher tools, and our curriculum is supported by a robust online platform. This platform is called the Calvert Teaching Navigator, or CTN, and students, learning guides, teachers, and administrators have access to this online platform. Calvert understands the importance of monitoring student performance and progress. Built into the curriculum are daily formative assessments and end-of-unit assessments, which can be monitored from the student and the administrative portals. It's important to know what part of the curriculum students understand and where they might need additional assistance prior to completing any unit tests. And so these checkpoints will help the teachers to identify students who might need more immediate attention and take relevant action. It's also essential that students keep a good pace with the curriculum, and so there are a couple of dashboards both at the class level and then at the individual student level that show the teacher more about the progress of each student. Attendance is also tracked by the student login when they work in the lessons, work with the online resources, and complete the checkpoints. Lastly, we'd like to show you the benefits of Calvert to our families. Hundreds of thousands of families choose Calvert for many reasons. Some include the integration of curriculum through subject areas, control over their students' learning and pace, daily assessments to guide student understanding, complete printed materials that go everywhere with the family, access to incredible online resources like BrainPop and Discovery Education, and the ability to work with Calvert's educational counselors who are available to answer questions daily. Here are a couple of notes from two parents. The first note emphasizing that the Calvert lesson manuals allowed for them to implement what they were doing on a day-to-day basis rather than having to gather everything themselves. And secondly, this quote emphasizes that this parent likes the variety that the lessons provide day to day. If you have additional questions, your local Michigan contact is Gary Kuhn.
Thank you, Victoria. That was absolutely fabulous. A lot of great information, and I appreciate your time in putting this together for the Michigan Co-op, especially so that they can view it before our meetings in Gaylord. The webinar will stay up there, indefinitely, so that they can view it at any time, go back and view it and review it. So, and Gary will be with us. For those of you who watched this prior to going to Gaylord, Gary will be with us in Gaylord at Treetops next week, the 2nd and 3rd of August. So thank you very, very much. I will stop the recording, and then I will chat with you for a second afterward.